ever. For you and Briana, I wanted to know, when did you discover or when did you realize that you were more than co-stars and that your relationship was bigger than that? And what maybe brought that? Was it a slow coming together, or did you have this moment where you're like, we're gonna, like with Wayward?
Oh yeah, it took an eternity, like 3 hours. I remember the exact moment. It was when I said, fuck me, and then apologized to Kim for swearing. And she literally went, oh, you don't know me that well. And then we met at 3 o'clock for our coffee. And then there were cookies. Yeah. The end. Cookies. When Kim heard her back, I brought her over a little care package that included cookies. I was like, that's how we fell in love. Yeah. Thank you. And thanks for supporting the show.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So in New Jersey last year, I asked what your band name would be, which gave birth to
And Twat Waffles?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Oh, that was New Jersey. That was a year ago. I was like, oh my God, where's the time gone?
So my question today is, if you guys were to all work at a secret agency, what would it be called, and what would your secret code names be?
Kim and I have one. Remember, Kim and I were like, if we had our last names together. PI firm. It's like if it's Rhodes and Buckmaster, it sounds very different than Buckmaster and Rhodes. She said, Buckmaster and Rhodes is a PI firm. Rhodes and Buckmaster is where you go to buy live bait and ammo. Not wrong. For all of us, a secret agency, something like S.H.I.E.L.D. or
the Glitterati.
Ooh, yeah. Already? Is it? Oh. Yeah, but once we are in... Isn't it the youngsters in Hollywood? Isn't that the young socialites in Hollywood? Yeah. Agreed. So let's find a different name.
Or we could just be Glittery.
Glittery.
Sounds like something.
Or just glitter. Glorious ladies in tendencies and temptations every rotation. Say that again. I can't. Somebody got it. Final answer. What are our glitter names?
Smokey.
Yeah.
I was really excited when we were in DC for the con last year. I think it was last year. Some of the DC like police in that area took us on some of us on a special tour, and the secret, like they give the code names or whatever, and they were calling me like the package because that's just like they call everyone. I was like, that's boring. Like I want an actual code name, so they gave me one, and I guess they usually partly are off of where you're from. And since I was from New York, I got Lady Liberty. I liked that one. I was like, I own that.
Smokey, Lady Liberty, Grumpy.
That's a door.
Stick it to it. Grumpy, and I think I would be the one who like somehow drew the shortest straw, and I'd be like Periwinkle. You fuckers know I wear all black, right? Periwinkle was the only name left. You're Periwinkle. Fine. Oh, I love it. It's like naming, my favorite thing is like naming animals very human names. Like I love the idea of like naming a gerbil Todd or like naming a, you know, I always think of guys' names for dogs because it's very funny to just be like, Phil! Phil, do not shit on that carpet! So your name is Phil. Phil, I'll take it. Grumpy Phil.
Grumpy Phil, Smokey, Periwinkle, and Lady Liberty.
There you go.
I'll say my dog's name is Stevie, but we call him Steven, so we'll be like, Steven, get off the couch.
That's Gans. I hate to know it's Stephen Norton yesterday.
In Scotland, I have a dog called Donald the dog. And that's not a lie, his name's Donald.
My girlfriend, Emma Fitzpatrick, has a cat named Dad, which I think is hysterical. And it's a female cat. So good. Dad threw up on the floor. Dad! Do not shit on the carpet! Oh, just keeps going. I texted her once to wish Dad a happy Father's Day. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, and I would like to thank all four of you for being very strong female role models for all of the women in here. And my question is for Ruth. So as a redhead, I have heard a lot of stereotypes about my hair color, specifically directed with hell and Satan.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear any kind of stereotypes you've heard about your hair color.
You're from Scotland, so you've heard a few.
Yeah, red is best. That's what I go with. Is that right?
Yes.
A roaring red.
Sorry, what was that?
It's apparently people with the red gene feel cold more and they feel heat more, and you need twice as much anesthetic sometimes, and that's all true for me. So I think that's where you get the temperament stereotypes, which I think are true. Because if you feel colder than everyone, or hotter than everyone, or more pain than everyone, you're going to be much more fiery about shit, right? So I want to claim it all.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh.
Is it her accent? Can you not understand her?
No, I don't have excellent hearing.
Got it. Okay.
I said I want to claim all of the stereotypes that redheads have. I want to own them all, even if they seem negative. Whether we are like feistier or more temperamental or whatnot, I'll take them all. I'm just doing distracting walk now because I don't know what else to do.
Redhead quality right there. Slow motion walking.
This is how we walk.
Her skirt is actually shorts, don't be afraid.
I pulled something watching you do that.
I'll feel it tomorrow.
It's uncomfortable. Ow.
What's your name?
Hi, ladies.
What's your name?
I'm Amy.
What? Where are you from?
Austin.
What do you want?
So I'm an actor. Recently, I turned down a role because I was just uncomfortable with the scene. It wasn't something that I was just feeling great about. So I was wondering if you guys have had a similar experience, and or if there's things as actors that you guys just know in your head you have a hard limit. You're like, I can't do this. I won't do this.
I recently was asked to audition for a movie with a very, very famous male actor, and basically the character was just a sex scene. And I think the character had like one or two other scenes, but the sex scene to me was gratuitous and unnecessary. So that for me was like, I don't think I'm adding to this movie other than perpetuating what I think is already a problem in film and television. So, I chose that.
That's a really good point, because that is the fight that I had a lot of my career, because the first film I did, there was a lot of nudity. And once you get the reputation of like, oh, she's willing to do that, people would get cast and they would just assume. And I very much feel that way about if it furthers the story or it makes sense to happen. Absolutely, I'm comfortable doing it, but there were many times where I'm like, no, that is just gratuitous, or it's just
Lazy. Sometimes it's just like, we have to show this guy's bad. Have him rape her.
Yeah.
I'm the her. Fuck you. No.
No, so I spent a lot of my career fighting, like literally, and it was horrible. It's a horrible feeling because you're always made to feel like you're holding up shooting for no reason or whatever. But a lot of times I felt like it was really necessary because it's about people do walk away with an impression, and it is important. And just to address, like, I know we joke sexually a lot of the time, and like we're very comfortable with that. But also, there is a point to that. I think it's really important that women be able to own that and talk about it comfortably. I also know, it's come up a lot recently about sexual predators and things like that. If we are raised to be more comfortable having these kind of conversations and talking about these things and not thinking they're gross or scary or shameful, I think that will be a positive shift in the world. So I know, sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Absolutely. A counsellor who was at a convention explained to me, she was a child therapist who dealt with abuse. She said the first thing you do is teach children the proper names for things and for them not to be afraid to use the proper names, because then they can't be confused calling things by their own names. I once was offered an audition. John Voight was the lead of the movie, and I'm not saying I would have even got a recall or the part or anything else, and it was to play a sheriff. I thought, gosh, I'm one of the smallest sheriffs ever in the world. Can I pick up the gun? But she got brutally murdered, and I just thought, I don't want to be in a few scenes and get brutally murdered. I just didn't want to do that. And it's not even for like a hugely moral reason. I just thought, that doesn't feel nice. I don't want to do that, so I didn't.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yo.
Firstly, can I just say that I really love and respect all of you ladies. You're amazing. So my question is, if you could live the life of any character you've played, which one would you pick and why?
Any character we played in our career?
Yes.
Mrs. Bieber. That was the most fun of them. Can I just say though, thank you. Everyone's been saying such nice things about how much they love and respect us. We don't exist in this capacity without you. You're amazing. The supernatural fandom is amazing. The support you continue to come forwards with, and it just seems to grow. This show gets older, but there's more and more people and more people joining, and it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Again, a slight tangent, but you all weren't here on this Saturday of Seattle, our last convention. But
Those two were.
they were. But also because I stayed at the convention hotel, I was the only actor who was still here. And I got to see this supernatural family really come together and how special it was, because that, to me, the beautiful dynamic that existed, whether with the actors were there or not, was just really incredible. And I love this group because we do all look out for each other, and we do, keep each other's spirits up, and we take care of each other, and it's really amazing. Anyway, yes.
What character do you want to be?
I played a lot of horrible characters.
No, I was trying to think of somebody
I literally have been, most of my career, I was like prostitutes and drug addicts and murderers and things. I don't know. Meg might be the best choice, I think. I know she did some bad, but she did some good too. So.
I'm gonna go with Helena from Midsummer Night's Dream because it would mean that fairies were real.
Yes. I vote for that.
Can I have a second choice? Because the beavers, you got to be wet all the time and build dams. It's tiring. But actually Rowena, because I'd be even better at casting spells than I already am as Ruth.
Although, you're frighteningly good as Ruth. I'm just gonna say.
I'm with, what's her pickle over here? Buckmasters. I think the last character I played was a woman who had just broken up with her girlfriend of 7 years and was suffering from Crohn's disease and just found out that her dad was cheating on her mom and nobody had any money in the family. It was terrible. And that's literally all I can think about right now. But I did play Belle in Beauty and the Beast. That would be fun. I think, nobody knows what happens to Belle after. Like she's in a castle, what's going on with her dad? Is her dad living there too? I'm doing a you right now.
Welcome to my brain, it's painful, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah. I think Donna. I'm gonna stick with Donna.
My friend has a podcast, you should all do it. She's a podcast about what happens to movie characters after. And so I just Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anyway, I forgot what your question was, but thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi, I love you guys. I was wondering, where do you think you would be now had you not been introduced to Supernatural?
The unemployment office. What?
I'd probably be at home reading. But honestly, I retreated a lot when I first got my diagnosis. And I was kind of scared of going out and living life. And it was actually all of you who encouraged me to leave and keep coming out to these things. And then I met all these amazing women. And I don't know without that what I would have chosen to do. I mean, I think I would have found some kind of happiness, but I think it would have been quiet and sheltered and away from the world because I had no sense that I could still be a part of the world. So.
What an amazing question. Nobody's ever asked that question before that I'm aware of. And yeah, anyway, gosh, my heart almost stopped. I always thought I would get my break doing an indie movie or something like that. But I can't, I still can't believe I'm in something that's so popular and fun and has the conventions. It's amazing to me. Whilst I was filming my first couple of episodes of Supernatural, I was still working inside convention halls. One of the many other jobs I had was I'm a barista. I can do latte art and pour your love heart in your coffee.
You won awards, didn't you?
No, my company did.
Your company, still, that's like, the fact that there are competitions for barista art is impressive.
It's really stressful, right? But I once, one of the most magical moments of my life was at a convention in Birmingham, one of my first big conventions, and I walked around the corner to the room where you sign autographs, and I was like, because I had set up dinner for 100 people in the same room, I was now signing autographs. So I still think in a parallel life, I'm still inside other convention halls, but I'm pouring coffee, I'm not answering questions. That's mad.
Well, I just want to say another thing about all of you, which is that random acts is another thing. I can't imagine my life without it, and that is completely all of you, and that is completely the Supernatural family that created that. So yeah, I just want to acknowledge that you do good in the world.
Yeah, sure do.
I worked very hard at coming up with an answer to that question. I don't have one. I don't know, but I'd be much sadder. If I didn't know you. Very happy. I mean, even when I'm sad and shit and to such a state that I go apparently on an epic rant about feels occasionally, so much happier than I would be if I didn't have you in my life. So thank you.
Thank you. Also, coming from a redheaded family, I wanted to share with you what my daddy told me. Always be proud you're a redhead. Yes. Because a blonde is just a redhead with the fire fucked out of her.
Goes out and buys red hair dye.
I had red hair for a long time, simply because I loved the image that went with being red.
I went red for a stage show and kept it for a while, but it was too hard on my hair.
I see little red-haired children and want to steal them. Is that wrong?